Everybody, it's 5 something Sunday, August 28th, and I've been up since 3 o'clock in the morning, and I've been trying to do this video, not really knowing how to word stuff. Yeah, that word, yeah. I have to choose my words wisely. With what I'm about to say, first and foremost, as disclaimer, I'm what's called the victim of murder because my mother was murdered in 2000. We still don't know the exact date, but we know that it was supposedly done August 9th of 2000. The reason why I say that, because I don't want people to feel sorry for me, because I don't need it, is that Dwayne Wade's cousin was murdered, and that's made the news. The only reason why I know that is because on Facebook, and Donald Trump's silly ass had used it to make a invalid point, and I'll get into that a little bit later in this video. My thing is this: would y'all really care or give a mammy fuck if she wasn't his cousin? You know? Because being a victim of murder and the survivors of the ones that are murdered are called victims. We're victims too. It's hard. It really is. So I can empathize. I already said how I feel about somebody dying. And, you know, my whole thing with God. I feel for him. It's going to be a long road. People always tell you that it gets easier with time. It really doesn't. It truly doesn't. Yes, August 9th does not mean anything to me anymore. For a long time, August 9th was a fucked up day. But I can get through that day like nothing happened. Birthdays, I actually forget. I've used her birthday as a password for my bank account, and when they ask me, I'd be like, hold on, let me think about it. And it's not because I don't care, because I took it hard. I ended up on medication, and I'm still taking medication for the murder. And don't think because I wasn't there, because it happened in Oakland, and it made the news. They covered it for 2 years up until he was convicted. So, everybody's talking about, Dwayne Wade's cousin, and this, that, and the other. And yeah, it's fucked up circumstances. She, had her kid with her. It's fucked up. Plain and simple, it's fucked up. But would we care if it was Joe Schmo's cousin? I don't think so. I think it would just be another black female fucked off. In the game. They charge it to the game. And I'm not trying to be a bitch about it, but that's the reality. You know, we seem to care because it's a celebrity. You know, fuck that. I mean, I used to hang out with celebrities. There ain't nobody. I dated celebrities. So what? Them motherfuckers are just like you and me. They just got a little more money. Really and truly. That's the only difference between you and a celebrity. Is they have a little more notoriety. They have a bigger platform to talk on. They've been able to talk since before YouTube and social media, and well, the rest of social media. I mean, you know, let's call a bitch a bitch. Okay? Now, Donald Trump. I am begging everybody, Republicans too, because I'm a Democrat. We don't need this motherfucker in office. We really don't. At first, I was for him. But when I sat down and listened, it was like, for real? I don't think so. I'm black, Mexican, Indian, and Irish. And this country was based on immigrants. If it wasn't for immigrants, we wouldn't have an America. You know. I mean, truly, the Indians were here first. So, Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit. Sorry, that's true. But, you know, it was because of immigrants working and breaking their backs that we have in America. So for him to be so anti-immigrant to me, it doesn't make sense. So I feel everybody, if you don't ever vote in your life, ever again, because my grandmother-in-law told me she don't vote when she was alive. But I don't care if you're 150 years old. If you gotta drag yourself to the polls and vote for Hillary, even if you don't like the bitch, vote for her. Okay, y'all will never hear me say that ever again, because I feel it's America and we should do what we want to do and vote for who, you know, we want to vote for. But Donald Trump is not the one at all. That's the whole reason why I know about Dwayne Wade's cousin. He used her as an example. And that's not cool. You don't take somebody's passing and try to make an example out of it. That's a sacred thing. If you don't hold nothing sacred in your life, you have to hold death sacred. Death is something that is not discriminatory. There's an old story where a man was looking for a godfather for his son. And God came to him and said, I'll be the godfather. And the man said, no, because you favor the rich and, you know, are wrong to the poor. And the devil came to him and said, you know what, I'll be the godfather. And the man said, no, you're the master of lies. And then death came and said, I'll be the godfather. And the man said, you know what, You take the rich and the poor. I choose you. And when the boy grew up into a man, Death told him, I'll make you a great doctor. When I stand at the feet, you have to let me take them. When I stand at the head, that means you can heal them. And he showed him a plant that healed the people. And this young man, became very famous across the land. And I lost my thought. There was one time where the king was sick, and Death was at his feet. And the boy got above himself and changed the king to where Death was at his head. And he cured the king. And it pissed Death off. Well, that's not that's me saying pissed. But Death took the boy and said, let me show you something. And he took him to a crypt with all these candles. Some were long, some short, some just lit, some sputtering out. And he took him to this one candle, and it was the boy's candle, and it was almost gone. And the boy said, I'll never do it again. I'm sorry. And Death said, okay, I forgive you. And he made it look like he did the candle longer. But he didn't. And the candle went out and the boy died. Now y'all take that meaning to mean whatever you want. But that's a story I read when I was younger. A lot younger. I'm almost 40 now. I was a lot younger when I used to read a lot. And that has always stuck with me. There are some things that have stuck with me and some things that like whatever. But things like that stick with me. And I can't see how Donald Trump could take this young woman's death to be an example. And it wasn't a good example. Everybody's talking about how he misspelled Dwayne Wade's name. Who cares? Okay? It doesn't matter. It's the content that he used. I'm sorry. I keep doing this. It's the content that he used. So we need to get in them polls. All of us, young, old, red, black, yellow, white, purple, polka dot, stripe. Come out in force and let this motherfucker know his kind will not be tolerated. His own people don't want him. Your own voting college don't want you. That's crazy to me. What is this work? It goes back to we gotta go to God. God is the master planner. He's like Jesus, like it says, he's Alpha and Omega. Y'all had never heard me talk like this. But then the world hasn't been as scary as it is. I'm truly scared. It's just a scary place. And if you not scared, at least for your kids, I don't know what to tell you. Something wrong with you. I remember when I had my son, was it when I had him or when I was pregnant with him? One or two. My adopted mother was like, I feel for that baby. And I go, why? She goes, that this isn't a place to have a child. He gonna have a hard life. And she ain't never lied. My son has had a hard life. He really has. But he takes it. I gotta commend him. Why is it in his ears? But that's because of me. I'm not gonna say that. I've been talking to my son like he was grown since the time he came out. I remember going to the store, holding him in my arms, or in my arm, and I'm going grocery shopping. And I'm like, what do we need? Do we need this? And he would just look. And this lady came up to me, I'll never forget. She goes, yeah, honey, keep doing that. And one day he'll talk back to you. And I said, forget one day, I'm expecting him to do it now. And Daddy been doing it. He would talk to me. He stopped me from fighting. Because there was a time, you know, we got to listen to our kids. The Bible says out of the mouth of babes. And I'm telling y'all, I'm a child of God. You know, and that's not me boasting or being prideful, but I am. I just been acting the ass. But I'm about to go back to my roots because it's scary. But the story I was about to tell y'all was I had quit a job. And everybody at that job knew I had one child. And it was a boy. And I used to brag on that boy. And I had told them that I dreamt of my son when I was 12 years old. Which is true. That's the honest to God is true. And they knew it was a boy. Everybody. The owner, my manager, everybody. So I go in to get my final check, and I'm holding Daddy in my arm. You know how you hold my arm? Well, that's how I always held him. And this motherfucker, the manager, gonna say, that's a cute girl. And I'm like, this is my child. It's a boy, you know that. And he go, they make boys like that now? And Daddy started playing with my lips like this. As if to say, don't say nothing. But I was young. I was 21. It really, I can't say I was young because I just calmed down. And I'm not all that calm. I'm praying. I'm praying. I'm a work in progress. But he did that. And I was about to go to jail. I really was. I was about to go to jail. Because I told him, I said, motherfucker, if I didn't have this baby in my arm, I'd beat your ass. Matter of fact, I'll be back. And he got the owner. Because I've always had, when I get mad, I have to yell. If I don't yell, I get sick. And I promised him that I was going to hurt him. And the owner was like, don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. I'll talk to him. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. And I said, all right. I wasn't fired. I left because I wanted to leave. I got tired of the job. It wasn't me. At all. But I made a lot of money for that company. But what I was selling wasn't for me. It really wasn't. And if y'all want to know, which I'm going to tell anyway, it was pornos over the phone. I was a telemarketer then, making good money. But I couldn't do it anymore because they made us watch the pornos. And I was like, I don't watch that. That's not me. I wasn't raised that way. Me personally. And you know, it is what it is. I don't throw cold water. Sorry, I don't throw cold water on nobody. If that's what you want to do, then you do it. I mean, I've had friends that are prostitutes. That's your life. That don't mean I'm gonna do it. But I'm not gonna stop being your friend either. I love my friends. You know, these were girls that I can't say I grew up with them, but I had known since I had been in Vegas. You know, and when I was told that's what they were doing, it was like, alright, that's on you. I'm not gonna do it. Now, one girl tried me, and I whooped her ass. After that, she was fine. She found out. I can't be swayed. Once I say, you know, this is this, that's what it is. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah. It's some stuff on here. And I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm pausing because I don't know if I should talk about it. Fuck it. I'm not understanding why we can't let the dead lie. Take that to mean what you want. You know, they're dead. They're gone. At least they're. I shouldn't say they're gone because they're really not gone. They're out of this plane. They've crossed over. Let them be. Okay? It's a couple I've witnessed. And it's like, no, this person is alive. No, this person is this. This person is that. Let them be. Like Tate, I did a video about Whitney Houston. She was at peace. Listen to her music. See, that's what we don't do. We don't listen. No. I keep missing listening and hearing. But you need to don't just sing. I am guilty of that too. Where we just sing along. But if you sit and you listen to the lyrics of songs, it's like, wow, that's what that meant. That way when something happens, you're not surprised. Like the song by Meghan Trainor and John Legend. Love you like I lost you. It goes, the hook goes, I'ma love you like I lost you. Hold you like I'm saying goodbye. I'ma stand and never take you for granted. Love you like I lost you. That's something we all should do. Because you know what? Like Silly said in The Color Purple, this side don't last too long. Heaven gonna last always. Really, that's some real shit. You know, this side don't last too long. I mean, I'll be 40 in November, and I keep saying it because I don't believe it. It seems like I was a little kid yesterday. You know, I look at my son, and it's like I turned around and I have a grown man. So, and time is all one piece. It's all one piece. It's different periods, but it's all one piece. And in the blink of an eye, it's gone. Because we're not promised tomorrow. Like my dad said, we're not promised the next millisecond. So just imagine that, a millisecond. He always says that in the pulpit. He goes from tomorrow to a millisecond. He don't say the next hour. He don't say the next minute. He says a millisecond. That's not even a blink. That's a quarter of a blink, probably. I'm not gonna act like I know everything. But, you know, we need to get right with whatever deity that can grant you entrance into heaven. Because there are deities out there that don't grant that. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to burn. I live in Vegas. It's too damn hot. So just imagine, we have 120-degree heat out here, and hell is hotter. I ain't trying to do it. So, get right. So, you know, I thank y'all for letting me talk. It's been 28 minutes, y'all. Y'all know I always do the time. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you know, take heed to what I say. But don't do as I say. Or do as I do. Do as I say, but don't do as I do. I was taught that in school. In English class. Do as I say, but don't do as I do. And I've done a lot. So I've had a lot to repent. So I hope y'all get right with whoever. So to and party. I like to think of heaven as a party. You know, I like to think of my mom up there playing bid with dominoes, something like she used to do back in the day. That was the shit. Don't act like y'all know about bid with and spades and dominoes. Come on now. Eating barbecue. So, that's just the way I was raised. I'm sorry. I was raised fun, but in the church. I'm sorry, I was saying bye. But that's another thing I'm proud of. My son knows God. Because I raised him in the church. He might not go now. Because I did to him what my grandmother did to me. When he turned 12, I let him make his own decision on what he wanted to do. And his decision was that a lot of religions are hypocrisy, and he wasn't trying to hear it. So I'm not mad with him for it. But he talks to God and walks with God. So I'm proud of that. And he looked good. If I do say so myself, I did pretty good. But okay, y'all. I think I'm going to go back to sleep. I'm tired. I'll talk to y'all later.